I get it. Hey guys, I'm Sophie and I post about books, manga, anime, and sometimes games. I'm going to be doing my 50% checkpoint for Jade City now. I'm hooked. I love it. I'm still at a point where I'm kind of wanting more. I'm waiting for it to happen, but I'm at a point where I've accepted I love this series. My plan is to, when I'm at 75%, to immediately buy the second book so it's there for when I finish it. Just for everyone that has not read this book and want to read this book, I am at a point where things that I say could be spoilers. So just move on to the next video. I've posted other videos, go check them out. I'm going to start with the characters again, the way I did last time, just kind of my updated thoughts on them. My updated thoughts on like Hilo, he seems like the beginning, the first 25%, he was kind of painted as like a very surface level character where he's just very hot-headed and doesn't think his decisions through and just does everything with brute force. In this next 25%, we are really seeing how he has so much more logic behind his actions and paying attention to how he actually runs the streets. It's so much more than just like brute force. It seems like he's doing these things while everyone thinks, oh, he's starting problems. We're seeing like, no, the problems are there. He seems to be the only one that sees them, and no one is really taking his word for it. It really just kind of made it clear how the clan sees him more as a leader or follows him more than they follow Lan. Very interesting. I really enjoyed getting a lot more of Hilo. He's definitely becoming a character where I'm very interested in whenever he's talked about or whenever we're in his perspective. For Lan, it seems very interesting how what I thought was a moral compass seems more like uncertainty and insecurity. We see him kind of act completely opposite to how he acted in the first 25%, where his uncertainty made him have a lot of like inaction, and now he's doing the complete opposite and making a lot of very bold choices and being very aggressive now to because he was faced with something that made him really see how different everyone sees him as someone that is just there for the face value of a pillar, and they really look to Hilo as their like leader and what we're gonna do and to get them out of trouble. See how as tensions get high, he starts acting more irrational. Kind of honestly, the way that he saw how Hilo was acting or how he assumed he was acting is really how he's acting now that tensions are higher. For Shay, I'm honestly so excited for her to rejoin the No Peak clan. I know she's against it, but I feel like that's where we're heading, and I'm so excited for that. She seems like she's supposed to be like a very, not just a strong character and skilled, but just smart. Like the whole conflict of the weatherman, possibly being against No Peak or kind of playing as like a double agent, how she's going to then take his place, or that other person that I don't remember their name right now. I'm ready for her to become the strongest green bone out of the siblings. I don't know if that happens. I want it to happen. I enjoy how it's being explored, her feelings for wanting to be part of the family and included in those meetings for the clan, but still wanting to not be in the clan and being upset if it's even assumed that she's going to take a part in it. I feel like it's interesting to see how she not just deals with it, but how she interprets her own mix of feelings, where she understands to get the comfort of the family that she wants to be a part of again, especially in the way that they keep telling her she would have to cross her own boundaries. So it's really interesting internal conflict that we're seeing. Like I said, Shay is such an interesting character to me. I'm really enjoying reading her perspective. I do have more of these characters. I kind of wrote these like in the first chunk of the next 25% that I read. I have more as I was reading it, so my thoughts don't stop there. Go to the weatherman, hate him, don't like him at all. really interested in seeing what's going on because we really don't see him at all. We just know like, he sucks. He's probably doing something behind the clan's back, but still I do not like him. For Beto, I'm so excited to get more of his story, and I knew we were going to keep hearing from him. I think it's so interesting that we are getting this very big, complex, intense storyline with the different clans potentially warring with each other, and that being, we even get like politics behind that, how it's going to affect the civilians that live in this place. Yet we still get another layer of another branch outside of the main plot but still attached to it, of like the petty criminals on the side are dealing with everything and the things that happen on the outskirts of the main conflict. So I'm still very interested in his storyline. I We only get a little bit here and there. I'm hoping it gets more as the story goes on. I'm interested to see how it ends up playing a part in the main conflict, because obviously it's going to. And I kind of see how it is going to, because obviously it has to do with the jade black market, and there's a whole conflict about who is smuggling the jade, and the jade going missing and not being properly accounted for. I see where the connections are going to be, but I'm still really excited to see like how do we get there. One of the notes I wrote was just how interesting the perspectives perspectives that we get in this story, because usually in a lot of stories where we don't get many perspectives, we get, most likely Lan or Hilo, where they are at the top of the clan and we just follow the conflict from their perspective. But it's interesting that we get Shay's perspective, where she's not part of it. She's trying to be outside of the conflict. She doesn't really have knowledge, and her complicated feelings with everything. We get, I think his name was Lots, or however you pronounce it, but one of Andon's, the student at the academy with Andon. We hear his thoughts on the whole matter, where his family is considered to be collateral for this clan and this war that's going to happen. It's like he's expected to just keep his mouth shut because no peak protects, and no peak usually protects the town that his family lives in and that his family's business is in. So he should be understanding if his family is used as collateral, or is being used as collateral, because I believe it's in the part where they negotiated with the mountain clan. So we get that perspective, which is amazing because we usually don't get that. Even if we have multiple perspectives, I feel like we don't get the little NPCs, like they're actually people, they have their lives, they have their own emotions. It's interesting that we're getting that. We're still getting that point of view put into the story. I like that we get Bero's point of view, where he is born lowly. He is not born as a green bone or someone that is able to be in the academy, and he is trying to climb his way up. I mean, it's very reminiscent of how a lot of the world works, and a lot of the different classes that exist in the world today. It's like, not only do we get these like awesome clans, Mountain and No Peak, where we see them and we see the families and we see the conflicts that are within them and with each other, but we are also seeing the destructive force of their families on the regular people, on the people that make up the town, that make up the people that actually live in the town that they have ownership over. So that was a little longer than I wanted it to be, but I really enjoy that we're getting like all of it, like the big picture. Moving on from that, something else I wrote later on after reading a bit, I really think Shay is going to enter the clan because of her visit with her mom. How she saw her mom was like not doing anything, not happy with her life, not miserable with her life, just kind of like in a state of just living to live, and how she does not want to do that. I really think that's going to be pushing her to join the clan. I feel like that's kind of what everything, as far as in her perspective, is going to be amounting to. I'm really excited to see where Land's addiction or potential addiction ends up leading to, and how his injury continues to affect him. I feel like his wobbly insecurity and uncertainty that he has while still being in a leader position in the clan, I feel like everything's going to get to him. He seems like a tragic hero kind of character, and I think that's where this is going to go so far. I think it is really interesting to see that being put in the story. Again, I'm just in awe about how much that this how much that this story is really touching on, how many different things that this story is touching on, not just showing us the bigger picture, but giving us even we'll see a leader fall while another leader potentially takes that place. And this is all my assumptions. I have no idea what's going on. I might be completely misreading everything. We'll see. My last note was I cannot wait until Andon becomes a green bone. I lied to you guys. I'm not at 50%. I have one chapter left, which is like 5 pages. I really wanted to get this done. I have been only reading Bleach, so I haven't had a chance to read that one chapter. But when I do read it, I want to be able to continue. So I wanted to get this out of the way. I'm saying that because I don't know if at the end of that chapter he becomes a green bone. I don't think so, but just in case. Yeah, those are all my notes. Like I said, I'm enjoying this so much. I'm so excited to keep reading. I can't imagine with everything that we got here, like that this book is not bigger. I'm so excited to see what ends up happening. I feel like I'm halfway through the book now. We're not even I don't think we're even close to the climax. I'm so excited. I love when stories really take their time to get there. This feels like that is exactly what it's going to do. It's not rushing to get anywhere. I love that so much. Like I said last time, without spoiling anything, tell me if I'm headed in the right direction. That's all. Don't tell me details. I don't want to be spoiled. Tell me if I've got an idea. I'm excited either way. All right, so that's going to be it. I will see you again sooner. You'll see me talk about this book again when I reach the 75% mark. So excited for this. Thank you guys for watching. All right.